The battle for Dix Hills is always a fun one, especially when the teams are as good as they are this year. It's the undefeated Colts and the 6-2 Thunderbirds, next on News 12 Varsity. Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to Adelphi University for the Gary Charles Hoop Classic, and we have a good one in our first game from this tournament. It's Half Hollow Hills West against Half Hollow Hills East. And again, these two teams have combined just 2 losses between them. The Colts, the reigning Suffolk County AA champs, and they are back in form and in stride, starting off the season at 8-0, and Hills East is a loaded team as well. So potential county championship preview, but right now what they're worried about is the battle for bragging rights in Dix Hills. And Half Hollow Hills East, as I mentioned, that loaded team, they come in, they're led by Savion Lewis, the all-state player from a year ago, averaging 18 points this season so far. Last year, 21 points per game. He was the co-MVP of the team last year. He's getting Division I scholarship offers and interest from Stony Brook, Monmouth, and some other NEC schools. And for Half Hollow Hills West, they're led by another Division I athlete. That's the Syracuse-bound football player, Cameron Jordan. But they made a change for him this year. The 6'5 senior is now running the show at the point guard, and he's looked pretty good doing it, averaging 14 points per game, as well as just under 4 assists per contest. So it's the new look Colts and the new look Thunderbirds coming up on News 12 Varsity. Welcome back to Adelphi University as we get ready for Hills East and Hills West. The Thunderbirds coming in at 6-2 on the season. Last year 11-9 and lost to Brentwood in the Suffolk County playoffs, coached by Pete Basil out of Garden City High School in his 15th season as head coach. The starting lineup for Hills East, it's Savion Lewis at one guard spot, Julian Crittenton, Keone Ned, and Kendall Nero Clark, the other guards, with Kenny Matherin, the 6'4 junior, the lone forward. Hills West 8-0 off the county championship last year, 21-3, losing to Baldwin in the Long Island Championship, coached by Bill Mataratona, Malloy High School grad out of 1990, 17th season as head coach. And their starting lineup, it's Cam Jordan at the point guard, Jackson Weisbrot, Matt Asenjo, and Derek Brower at the other guards. And Jeff Terry is the lone forward up front. It'll be Hills West, the home team, on the scoreboard in the white, and Hills East, the road team, on the scoreboard in the black jerseys. John Amato, Edmund Anderson, and Brian Jones are our referees. The tip is up, and it's controlled by West. It's Asenjo. And now we'll go to Cam Jordan, 6'5", running the show, which can present some tremendous matchup difficulties for other high school opponents. Cam Jordan averaging 14 points per game. And again, he's been on this team for several years now, member of the Suffolk County title team a year ago. Flicks up the shot, that won't go, and it's pulled down by Kenny Matherin, averaging just under 6 points per game. Powerful and strong player in the post. Flicked up top for Crittenton. Leading scorer so far this year, just under 20 a game. That shot won't go. Jordan, the rebound, heaves it out to Asenjo, right side of the lane, who lays it in. So Matt Asenjo, the senior, averaging 15 a contest in his second year on the Hills West varsity. Gets the scoring started a minute in. Baseline drive, and stepping out of bounds is Savion Lewis. One thing that Pete Basil said about his team is he felt like so far this year they've played to their level of competition. When they played Lehigh, they had a really good game, even in the loss. And to some of the competition where maybe the preseason expectations aren't as high, they've perhaps played down to that level. Jordan struggling to find his shot the first couple of trips down the floor. And the ball goes out of bounds after the missed opportunity. Hills West still on top, 2-0. Minute and a half into this contest. Savion Lewis, the drive, kicks it into the paint for Matherin. Matherin, tough shot, but he's fouled on the way out by Cam Jordan. So Jordan, as we've talked about, you don't often see that. The point guard, then defensively, manning the middle almost, as Matherin missing on the first free throw. He's the guy they've been trying to kind of meet in the middle so far because he wants to play a little bit more on the perimeter, but Pete Basil thinks that he'd be an unstoppable force on the block because of how strong he is down low. Jordan, the hesitation, now the drive. Shot again missing. Is Jordan 0 for 3 so far from the field, and Mathurin another rebound. But fortunately for Hills West, is East unable to find the stroke just yet, and Lewis buries the long-range jumper. So we're tied at 2 minutes into the opening quarter. Asensio will kick it out. Weisbrot lost a handle on it, got a fortuitous bounce, and then threw it away, as that ball had caromed off the official, and that kept it from going out of bounds. But it will be a turnover anyway, as Lewis will bring it up, plays AAU ball for the New York Jayhawks. Opposite side, same distance, knocks it down again. Back-to-back baskets for Savion Lewis, and East takes a 4-2 lead over West 2.5 minutes into the contest. Right side long two-pointer off the back heel. Jordan's got the rebound. One dribble, goes up with it, count the basket, and he's fouled as well. He'll go to the line. So Cameron Jordan, who had been trying and coming up empty-handed the last several trips down the floor, finally gets his first field goal of the contest, missing on the free throw. And Kenny Mathurin has been a beast on the defensive glass so far. That's his 4th rebound of the contest. Lewis goes right elbow for Mathurin. Back it comes for Lewis. His shot altered, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Hills East. I thought that Weisbrot might have got a piece of that one. Jordan over the timeline now, bothered by Keone Ned. Weisbrot. It's Bauer Jr. holding up top, his first year in the program, moving back to the country from Australia. Growing up in Queens, now a long three-pointer from straight away, a little too strong that time. The rebound to Asensio. Asensio will kick it back out for Weisbrot. He'll try a three. That one's short. And the rebound knocked away. Weisbrot able to get it. A little runner in the lane. That won't go. Another offensive board for Hills West. And they'll try and restart. Out to Cam Jordan, but not enough on it. Ahead to Lewis on the turnover. And Lewis has 6 points, all 6 for Hills East. And a timeout taken by Bill Mataratona. So 3.5 minutes in, and Hills East has a 6-4 advantage. Last year, these two teams did not play, but they normally do, either in a scrimmage or non-league. And Pete Basil says they're always tremendous games. In fact, the last meeting was on December 9th, 2014. In the 2014-2015 season. It was a 60-54 Hills West win. Rich Altenord had a team-high 12 points in the winning effort, and the only players that scored in that game that are still on the rosters are Cameron Jordan and Savion Lewis. Back in, Hills West with it. Trailing by 2. Cam Jordan being bothered up top. Ned's done a nice job on him so far. Jordan not able to get anything going, turns it over. Up ahead it comes, Crittenden. Nice move in the lane, but it's deflected. He loose out of bounds on the juggle. Midway through the opening quarter, low scoring contest so far, 6-4. The Thunderbirds on top of the Colts. Neither team has gone to the bench as of yet. Bauer Jr. Cam Jordan holding perimeter left, trying to back his way in, little pump fake, and gets the 4-foot basket to go. Cam Jordan's got 4 of the 6 Hills West points. And we are tied with 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Drive down the left side of the lane, shot no good. Mathurin, the pump fake, and gets it to go. He's been so good positionally in order to win rebounds. Brower Jr. has it stripped. Ahead for Ned. Ned dumps it off underneath. The shot is blocked, and the rebound to Hills West. Asenjo trying to force it in, and Ned was able to knock it away and out of bounds. Gaitham Phil-Sami will come in. He's got a lot of Division III interest. John Jay has been at several of the Hills West games, also a member of the Hills West football team that won the Suffolk County title this year. Brower fouled on the way to the cup. A non-shooting foul. Nero Clark picks up his first personal foul. So Derek Brower Jr., whose dad went to Hills West, played for Syracuse as they turned it over. Crittenden will have it waved off on an offensive foul. So both teams looking for some fluidity in the opening minutes. Brower Jr. over the timeline. He's handling the ball now. Shot a little short, but tipped up and in by Phil-Sami. And we're tied at 8. Here's Lewis with some speed. Flicks it up to Mathurin. Mathurin on the drive. He's fouled. And that's going to go against Jackson Weisbrot. And you see Bill Mataratona talking things over with Cam Jordan, as Jordan perhaps forcing things early, but also I missed it. He got hit in the eye. So Mataratona probably more worried about the health of his point guard rather than the play of his point guard so far. Meanwhile, Mathurin struggling from the free throw line in the early going. So again, with Jordan out of the game, they slide Brower Jr. to the point. Phil-Sami. Right side for Asenjo, one of the senior leaders on this team. Extra pass goes to the corner. Three-pointer off the wing, in and out. And a rebound to Hills East. Lewis trying to turn it up. Lewis throws a head fake, and he'll pull it back out. Lewis comes left side, ball stripped. Asenjo ahead. Asenjo, little Euro step reverse, won't go. Weisbrot is the trailer. That won't go. Phil-Sami back up, and he is fouled. So Hills West, who's had a lot of success on the offensive board so far, have not been able to get field goals out of those. And that will send Gaitham Phil-Sami to the free throw line, knocks down the first. Grew 2 inches from last year, and now has the ability to dunk with some authority, which he was unable to do a year ago as a junior. Part of a very deep bench that Hills West can deploy. Knocks down a pair, and the lead back to 2 for the Colts. Neither team has had an advantage more than 2 in this first quarter with 90 seconds left. Lewis on the handle. Nice move down low for Nero Clark. It's hard not to be impressed with Savion Lewis's passing ability. He's got that extra vision that you look for in a point guard. Turnover. Dean's got it all alone. Back and forth we go. The Thunderbirds on top by a pair. A 12-10 advantage as we're inside the final minute of the first. Asenjo, he'll try a three and knock it down. First long pole of the game for either team, and Matt Asenjo's got 5 to lead Hills West right now. And then we'll have a foul against the Colts, as that'll send Crittenton to the free throw line. Foul was on Matt Asenjo. And again, Julian Crittenton at the line, came off the bench last year. And he went through some growing pains. But this year, he's been instant offense, averaging just under 20 points per game to actually lead Hills East. And that's coming with a defending or reigning All-State player next to him. 14-13 advantage for Hills East. There's a 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Waning moments of the first quarter. Lewis almost came up with a steal. Lefty scoop shot is good for Brower Jr. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds remain in the first. That's Lewis, Ned to Crittenton, step back three-pointer, tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Clark, that won't go. And a board to Hills West. They try and move it quickly, but they won't get a shot off. Time expires just before Hills West could take game. But a one-point game with 8 minutes in the books. It's the Colts on top. Hills West leading 15-14. Hills East will start with it as we begin the second quarter. It's Hills West on top by a point. Jumper from Lewis, it's a three, it's good. They make a scoring change. The official on the near side had thrown his arms up as if to signify a three-point basket. Cam Jordan now standing to the left of the Hills West bench. Count the basket and the foul for Brower Jr. Brower Jr. in the last couple trips down the floor, he's been more aggressive to the hole. Real high basketball IQ. As a junior, he's gotten some collegiate interest already. It's just so smooth. 18-16 the score with the Colts on top. Lewis the shake down to the basket on the baseline for Ned. Won't go, but the follow from the weak side will for Nero Clark. Knotted up at 18, a minute in. Jeff Terry getting ready to check back in for Half Hollow Hills West. Asenjo, tough shot, banks it in. Crittenton with some dribbling. Driving down the left side of the lane, draws 4 defenders on him. And we'll have a loose ball foul on the putback from Hills East. Nero Clark went over the back, and that is his second personal foul. Alex Philikoris was in for a brief moment at the start of that quarter, as Jeff Terry will return. Also Jovan Williamson in. East showing some pressure. Asenjo finds a soft spot in it and gets a soft roll as well from the free throw line. As Asenjo's now up to 9 points to lead all scorers. And Half Hollow Hills East will call a timeout. Hills West, they have been a dynamo. We talked about 8-0 so far this season. If you look at their stats, they've held teams to 47 points per game, and they've been scoring at a clip of 67 points per game. But this might be their biggest test so far. As Cam Jordan looks like he might be getting ready to check back in. He went out about 3 minutes into the game. So Jordan is back out there, starting point guard for Hills West. And it's a 4-point advantage for the Colts, 22-18. Savion Lewis has done a bulk of the scoring today for Hills East. He and Crittenton, there's a 3-pointer from Shane Dean, in and out. Long rebound, tracked down by Lewis. And Lewis got held up as he tried to restart the offense. Pardon me, it was an offensive foul against Kenny Matherin. And Hills East wading into some dangerous territory because Nero Clark's got a pair of fouls, so does Kenny Matherin. They are not quite as deep a team. As Hills West is. And with 6 minutes to go in the half, that is going to put Hills West in the bonus. Derek Brower Jr., 5 points. Hit his only free throw so far today. He's got such a nice stroke, smooth stroke mechanically. And his dad, Derek, played for Syracuse, was in the '87 national championship game against Indiana. And Bill Mataratona says he's still sour if you ask him about it. He doesn't like to talk about it. And Brower Jr.'s up to 7 points. And a 6-point advantage for Hills West. Crittenton kicks it out. Ned had a 3, passed it up. Nero Clark will put it on the floor, and an offensive foul. That's the 3rd of the game for Kendall Nero Clark. So Pete Basil decide to lead him out. Cam Jordan for Hills West, bring the ball up the floor. Bumped on the way, count it, and 1. It's an 8-0 run for Hills West. And they're starting to create some separation. We were tied at 18. And baskets by Jordan and Brower Jr. and Asenjo. Free throw's no good, and then Hills West throws it away and commits a turnover. A lot of contact, no foul called. Lewis feeling like he got tripped up. But they will hold possession. Savion Lewis looks towards the rim, a little high pass intended for Dean. So Hills East struggling to find themselves. Well, Hills West has, but the pressure forces a turnover. Jordan travels right into a double team. They've shown that pressure the last couple possessions. Into the backcourt it comes for Savion Lewis. Crittenton Right elbow jumper for Ned, won't fall. Here's Asenjo. Stops at the free throw line. He's made that a couple times now. First to double figures for Hills West. Matt Asenjo's got 11. And a 10-0 run for the Colts. Weisbrot picks up his second personal foul for Hills. And on that note, Derek Brower Jr. checks in for number 2 in white. Crittenden comes to the near side perimeter. Back it comes for Crittenden, trying to free up Lewis. He's D'd up by Asenjo. Lewis off a screen. Dumps it off. Crittenden. Right elbow jumper might have got tipped on the way. The pull down for Cameron Jordan. Lead pass ahead for Asenjo. Tries to flick it up, won't go. Asenjo finds it back in his mitts. Flicks it up and in. Hills West continues to shoot a high percentage over this little run that they've had, 12-0, as they now lead 30-18. And that is the danger of this Hills West team, as they have so many guys who could put the ball in the basket. Cameron Jordan, Weisbrot, Asenjo, Derek Brower Jr., Gaetan Filsaime, they've all scored so far today. And Bill Mataratona says this is a much deeper team than he had last year, which is probably a scary thought for opponents in Suffolk County AA, meaning that they were the county champs a year ago. In their win last week against Miller Place, Philokoris, Barone, and Filsaime came into the second quarter, and they were amazing. They didn't have that last year. I think Barone and Philokoris hooked up for 8 or 9 straight points in transition in that game against Miller Place. It's not unusual for Hills West to have 9 or 10 scorers so far this season. And that's a tough thing to defend, and that is what Hills East is finding. And perhaps for the Thunderbirds, this half can't come quick enough. Still 4 minutes to go. Lewis, pump fake. Back it comes for Lewis, left side, three-pointer for Dean, won't go. Rebounded by Williamson of Hills West. Williamson will give it off to Jeff Terry, three-pointer blocked. East has it again, lead pass ahead for Lewis. Lewis trying to burst to the basket, count it. Lewis has kept Hills East in this game, 11 of their 20. Brower almost had it stolen, able to protect. Asenjo gave a look to the basket. Back up top for Cameron Jordan. Brower, he'll get a screen, bank in a three. Boy, when things are going well for you, they're going well. And Brower Jr. able to knock the three in off the window. And he's up to 10 points today. In traffic, it'll fall for Crittenden. 33-22 advantage inside 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Hills West on top. Cam Jordan, high pass, catch and shoot three for Brower Jr. Try it again, that won't go this time. And Dean's got it. Ahead, Crittenden thought about a three, drives on the baseline, kicks it back out, Lewis. Gets it back, Crittenden, open three-pointer short. On rebound, goes back with it, and had an opening. Back-to-back baskets for Julian Crittenton. And the lead is single digits once more for Hills West. It's 33-24. Asenjo gives it to the free throw line. Now on the left wing, it's Brower Jr. Again, 10 points. Jordan looks at it. Brower Jr. thought about a three. Drives inside. Reverse layup on the baseline, won't go. Rebounded by Reed Bresky of Hills East. Ahead it comes Crittenton. He's been feeling it of late, and he's fouled. Cameron Jordan picks up his second foul. So Crittenton again to the line. He's played a good game so far. Big key for him, according to Pete Basil, is that he's just got to keep his head about him. He ended up fouling out of the Comac game earlier this week. And he knows if he could play a little bit more disciplined, obviously a huge key for them. East has been able to slowly chip away at some of this Hills lead. 70 seconds remain in the first half, and West will slow down the tempo for the first time really today. Left side it comes from Matt Barone, his first action today. Barone looking inside, the shot won't go. Brower Jr. gets it back and he's fouled. And that is the 10th team foul against Hills East. So Hills West will shoot 2 free throws for the remainder. And Derek Brower Jr., 3 for 3 from the line, 10 points. Averages just under 16 a contest so far. Again, his first year with the varsity. Just moved back from Australia, where his dad had been playing professionally. He grew up in Queens. Moved to Australia when he was 9 years old, but his dad, Derek Sr., had played at Hills West and grew up in the area, so when they came back, he knew that's where he wanted to live. 1 of 2. Shot blocked. Coming out of nowhere, Asenjo. And it'll be Hills West ball as well. Brower Jr. bringing it up. 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. High pass. Brower Jr. able to hold it in. Asenjo. He'll pull it back out. 2-1-2 zone, or box at 1. Hills East deploying right now. That'll fall, roll, and use the whole cylinder for Brower Jr., who's had a strong second quarter. 3-pointer for Lewis is good. So Lewis trims the lead to 8 just before the half comes to a close. Lewis leading all scorers with 14, but Matt Asenjo and Derek Brower Jr. have 13 apiece for Hills West, who led a 12-0 run midway through that second quarter to an 8-point halftime lead. It's 36-28. Stay with us. Coming up after this game, we'll have the final game of the Garrett Charles Hoops Classics. It's Baldwin and Holy Trinity. Nice little non-league rivalry developing between those two. Hills West starts in a wayward 3 from Jackson Weisbrod. Again, 36-28 the score. To begin the third quarter. Down low, they feed it into Mathurin. Mathurin turning it over. Asenjo, but Mathurin able to get it right back. Flip it up underneath, and it falls in for Nero Clark. Mathurin, who was a huge rebounding force in the first quarter, quieted down in the second quarter in a little bit of foul trouble. Ball tipped, almost taken away, but it finds its way into the hands of Terry. Terry trying to get it back out. Intercepted by Ned. Ned, little Euro step in the lane, won't go. Put back up by Nero Clark. Back-to-back baskets by number 12 to start the third quarter, and it's now just a 4-point game at 36-32. Jab step for Jordan. Asenjo is swinging around the perimeter, finds its way on the left wing to Brower Jr. Reverse court. Asenjo, nothing but net on the three. He's got 16, a game high. 39-32. Lewis got bumped, thought he deserved a foul. Ned to the lane. Goes down hard and lays it in, no call. Knifing to the basket, Cam Jordan. 41-34, the lead for Hills West. Crittenton fouled on the floor. That's going to go against Jackson Weisbrot. That is his third personal foul. And he's going to come out. Bill Mataratona loves his championship pedigree. He's an all-state tournament player, all-state tennis player, an all-county or county championship winner in golf as well. The shot won't go, and the rebound to Nero Clark, who's come out strong to start the second half. 6 of his 10 have come in the first 2+ minutes of this quarter. Cam Jordan a step inside the three, in and out, but he's fouled. So Julian Crittenton will pick up 2 now. And again, Cameron Jordan, second team All Long Island football performer. Knocks down the first. Committed to Syracuse, and last year he was their best passer. Bill Mataratona felt as a forward, so they decided to slide him over to the point guard this year. Hard fought rebound. Hills East coming away. 6-point game, 42-36, in a little trouble. They find Crittenton open on the three. No good. Mathurin tangling up with Williamson. And they're going to get Mathurin on the harm. Overall, Hills West has some good size in terms of their depth. Phil Samee, 6'6", Williamson, 6'2", along with Cam Jordan at 6'5". Asenjo dumping it down low to Terry. Asenjo getting it back, tough fadeaway three-pointer. No good, but the rebound to Brower Jr. He's tied up, and they'll get Hills East on a foul. Keani Ned getting his third, so the foul totals climbing for Hills East. Crittenton 2, Ned 3, Clark with a couple. Mathurin's got 3 as well. Cam Jordan stripped on the way. They say last touch by Hills East. Really the only guy in rotation for Hills East not in foul trouble is Savion Lewis. Jordan stepped out of bounds. So a team that was in foul trouble all first half. Hills East already 3 fouls in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter. Lewis might have gotten away with a travel. Terry the rebound off the missed shot. Lead ahead. Asenjo. You know he likes the jumper. Leans into it. No good. Rebounded by Mathurin. Ahead for Lewis. Trying to blow by everybody. Lewis grabbed on the way up, and they're going to call an intentional foul on Cam Jordan. And that's could be a big swing. That's 2 shots and the ball. And Bill Mataratona trying to appeal, and John Amato says his arms went right around him, and he felt like it was quite clear. So Savion Lewis, who had 13 points in the first half, goes to the line for the first time this evening. Knocks down the first. Looking for him to be more of a vocal leader, says Pete Basile. So he makes 1 of 2. He lets his play do the talking, but they need a little bit more out of him in terms of that leadership. Only a junior, so you imagine that will start to come this year. Lewis, now Crittenton into the corner, comes for Crittenton, short on the shot, gets his own rebound. Into that mid-range area for Nero Clark, no good. Rebound by Mathurin, who's fouled on the way up. Nice job on the pump fake to get Terry up in the air. And it is Terry who draws, or who is called for the foul. So Mathurin, when you see him rebound like he's rebounding, you see why Pete Basile thinks he could be a double-double guy. But if that is going to be the case, free throw shooting has to improve. He's not hit one yet today. Still over. Williamson on the rebound for Hills West. Jordan, no good on the shot. Long rebound comes out to Clark. Clark, nice bounce pass to Lewis in the lane, who finishes. 1 possession game, it's a 3-point contest. Taken away by Nero Clark, 2-on-1. Nero Clark, right side of the lane, no good. Well, Hills East, the fans saying just dunk it. That one hung up there for a while and fell off the rim. 3-pointer won't go. Mathurin another rebound, looking ahead. Mathurin finding Ned. Keani Ned, left side, scoop shot. That one does roll in. And it's a 1-point game. 13-6 so far in the quarter, to cut it to a 1-point deficit. It was 36-28 at halftime. Nero Clark, 6 points in the quarter. And they've done it by shooting at a better percentage. Also defensively, not giving up nearly as many easy shots for Hills West. So Hills West trying to find the right combination. They've got Brower Jr. sliding over to run the show. Inside to Cam Jordan in the high post. Tough shot, doesn't fall. Ned ahead to Nero Clark, down low. Mathurin stops on a dime and puts it in. Hills East having their first lead since it was 16-15 at the start of the second quarter. Asenjo in the left corner, dribbling out. Brower Jr. for three, short. Asenjo the rebound. Thought about going back up with it, draws it out, but has a double team right on him. He's fouled. And Keani Ned, I believe that is foul number 4. And that is, in fact, his 4th foul. Shane Dean going to check back in for Ned. And that's a big loss because he is their best perimeter defender. Skip pass for Brower Jr. Draws the defense, kick out. Asenjo will try a 3. He's been off with his touch all quarter. They will stop it for a moment. They reset the clock, shot clock, because the ball did hit the rim. Brower Jr. lob to right side for Asenjo. Jr. gets it back, flicks it underneath, and it won't go for Williamson. Missing on the bunny. Lewis holding up top, long 2-pointer. No good, but another offensive board, Nero Clark, and it'll allow Hills East to reset. Right side, that'll be a 3-pointer for Dean. So Dean, who came in because of the foul trouble to Keani Ned, and it's a 10-0 run for Hills East. Cam Jordan, open baseline drive. And again, that ends the 10-0 run. Closing in on the final minute of the third. Lewis in the near side corner for Nero Clark. Dean will try from the same spot. No good that time. Tipped up, offensive board, count it, and one for Crittenton. Well, Crittenton snuck in and managed to hit the reverse just as he was fouled. And the lead is 4. So Crittenton, 9 points, a chance to go into double figures and give Hills East their largest lead today. Well, Mathurin with 3 personal fouls are going to give him a chance to rest and not pick up another foul before the quarter comes to a close. Reed Bresky comes in. Asenjo comes to the corner, 3-pointer no. Jordan's got it and he's fouled on the ground. Well, Matt Asenjo, who had 13 first half points, has not found his stroke in this second half. And there seems to be confusion as to whether it was a shooting or non-shooting foul. And Hills West will inbound. The shot clock is off with 33 seconds to go in the third. Knocked away as they were looking for Jordan. And we'll have another foul. Reed Bresky's got it. And one more foul, and that'll put Hills West in the bonus. Again, 5-point lead for Hills East, waning seconds of the third quarter. Jordan to the basket. And an offensive foul on Cameron Jordan, number 4 on the senior card. Well, Jordan 11 points today, but he's definitely not had his best game. Slow start, and he's been in foul trouble. As Matt Barone comes in for him. 13 seconds left in the quarter. Lewis driving, hung up, no good. Asenjo's got it, ahead to Barone. Barone's got to stop. Feed it back to the free throw line for Brower Jr., who puts it in. So Brower Jr. gets his first basket of the half just before the horn expires in the third. And we got a good one, a 3-point game as we go to the fourth. Hills East on top, 49-46. We go to the fourth with Hills East on top by 3, 49-46. A huge third quarter for Hills East. 21 points. And held Hills West to just 10 points in that third quarter. Matherin, the rebound, won't go. Nero Clark gets his miss and puts it in. Nero Clark with 8 of his 12 points coming in the second half. Hills East trying to hand Hills West their first loss of the year. Three-pointer for Brower Jr. is good. A timeout by Hills West. You see Bill Taratona very animated in that huddle. Sees his team trailing by 2. Here's Lewis over the timeline. Asenjo on him. It's Crittenden. He's had a strong second half. Crittenden off his screen, left elbow jumper, no. Jeff Terry's got it on the rebound. Zone defense for Hills East. Asenjo trying to shoot over it. He's just had trouble shooting to this side of the floor. Jump ball. And it will be Hills East that has the possession out of the jump ball. Bill Taratona appealing to the table. So the Hills East started the quarter with the ball. And on that note, I believe it should be Hills West ball. So they will give it to them. Jackson Weisbrot. Brower Jr. 3, no. Crittenden ahead to Lewis. A lot of contact, waved off on an offensive foul. Well, that half circle area, that does not apply in high school. It is only in the college and pro game. And just a 2-point game, 2 minutes into the fourth. Asenjo. Now it's Cam Jordan down low. Skips it across, quick passing now. Three-pointer for Asenjo, no good. Terry battling with Mathurin. And Terry's gonna get called for a foul. And Mathurin getting a little heated during the exchange. Into the corner comes Clark. Clark for Dean inside, found a soft spot. Asenjo will lob it to Jordan. Jordan's pass high, kept in by Weisbrot. Well, Hills West having trouble just getting open shots right now. Asenjo will try and put it to the floor. Knocked out of bounds off of Hills West. The Colts, who in that second quarter sparked that 12-0 run with aggressive play going to the basket, they've settled for a lot of jump shots in this second half. Here's Keani Ned, gets a switch. Ned, bounce pass left side, tough shot, won't go, but Crittenden will go to the free throw line. Julian Crittenden with 10 points today. So we've seen a tremendously crafty ball handler. And Hills East trying to put some distance between themselves and the Colts, as they've opened up a 6-point advantage, which is their largest lead today. Brower Jr. mid-range jumper, no. Ice cold so far in this quarter, just one field goal scored through 3+ minutes by Hills West. Ned will give it off to Lewis. Lewis with the speed finds Nero Clark in the mid post. And we'll have a foul on Mathurin on the rebound. Kenny Mathurin picks up his 4th foul with 4:25 to go. And not only big because of that, but big because Hills West was already in the bonus, so they will continue to shoot free throws. And that'll send Brower Jr. to the line for 1 and 1. Missed on the first one, though. So he made his first 3, but missed his last 2. Mathurin moving inside, fouled by Terry. And Kenny Mathurin, the 5 points. But he has struggled from the line tonight. Just under his season average, as he averages 5 points a contest. Missing both. Cameron Jordan tripped up, no call. And then perhaps a makeup as Asenjo received the foul call. So that will send Matt Asenjo to the line for the first time tonight. Academic All-County player last year, getting some Division III interest. Bill Matarazona says he feels like he's a perfect Division III player in terms of the academic profile. Asenjo hits a pair, and both were sorely needed by Hills West. And now Hills West will take a timeout. And you see down on the Colts sideline, the young guy in the sweater vest. That is Jeremy Schuster. He's a senior at Hills West, but he's officially an assistant coach. He's not a team manager. He's officially an assistant coach. He's going to Duke next year, wants to get into coaching. And Bill Matarazona says we're going to find a way to get him in with Coach K. And not only a name, they've given him a lot of responsibility. He's their big man's coach. He's in charge of all the stats. He's their video coordinator. And all the players call him coach as well. Whether they're in class or on the floor, they call him coach. They don't call him Schuster or Jeremy or whatever. They call him coach. And his grandfather, Ozzie Stewart, was a coach at Plainview JFK in the 60s. Actually coached former Virginia Tech coach Seth Greenberg as a high school basketball player. So Jeremy Schuster. And good on Bill Matarazona as well, as both of them have worked to give him an opportunity. Why not? You know, if you have basketball players that want a future in basketball, if the coaching ability is there and the desire is there, why not foster it? Beyond the midway point of the fourth quarter, Lewis almost turned it over a couple times, dumps it down low for Matherin. Unable to finish. To the corner, chased down by Ned. Ned will back it out to Nero Clark, and a chance for Hills East to reset. Lewis being ball denied. He's able to get it back. Long two-pointer from the top of the key. Won't go. And a loose ball foul is going to go against Hills West. Brower Jr., that's his first, but the 9th on the team. And Kendall Nero Clark. Is at the stripe, missing on the front end. 4-point contest. Jordan will make it a 2-point game. .309 to go. Crittenden, he'll launch up a three. No good. Battle for the rebound. And Matherin might have been whistled for that, but they knew the situation would have been his 5th. Jordan driving inside, short on the shot, tipped up, pulled down by Lewis. Lewis ahead for Crittenden. Crittenden, scoop shot will go. Back to a 4-point contest, 57-53 with 2:43 to go. The battle for Dix Hills and potential Suffolk County playoff preview. Asencio finds Barone up top. Inside to Terry. Back it comes for Asencio. 12-foot jumper on the baseline is good. Crittenden will go back to it. Lewis on the free throw. Nice pump fake. Throws to the left side for Crittenden. Mid-range jumper is good. Neither team wants to miss now. Out of bounds, deflected by Hills East. A timeout used by Bill Matarazona. Well, some more basketball coming up this week. Next weekend on Long Island, it's the Nassau-Suffolk Challenge at Uniondale High School. First at 4 o'clock, we'll have Brentwood against Elmont, the defending A public champs. And then following that game at 6, it'll be Copeg against the host school, Uniondale. And Uniondale, they've dropped a couple of counties the last couple of years. Baldwin have won 2 straight, who we'll see in the next game here at Adelphi. And the Knights trying to battle back in a very crowded Nassau AA. You have Westbury as well, Massapequa we saw earlier this year. Meanwhile, a 4-point game here, 59-55. With Hills East leading Hills West. High pass out on the perimeter, Asenjo. His pass deflected, Asenjo able to get it back, loses his dribble. Ned comes away with it. And Ned is fouled by Terry. That is the 10th foul against Taft Hollow Hills West. So Crittenden making Keani Ned to the line. 4 points today. First trip to the free throw line this evening. Missing on the first. One of 2 is good for Ned. Lead to 5. 60-55, Asenjo. Thought about it. Right side for Terry. In for Jordan, knocked away, turnover. Long pass ahead, tracked down in the corner. Up top it goes for Crittenden, and they'll pull it back out. Hills West not sure if they want to foul here. Savion Lewis is fouled by Jordan. And Cam Jordan has fouled out. And Savion Lewis, 16 points today. Perhaps some of the quietest 17 points you'll see. Crittenden and Nero Clark had tremendous second halves. And a 7-point contest, 62-55. Final minute to go. Asenjo, floater, no good. And we had a whistle. We had a timeout taken by Hills East. .51.5 seconds left. And it looks as though Hills West will be handed their first loss of the season. As Hills East, if things hold true, they will improve to 7-2 on the season. And December 7th, 2013 was the last time Hills East defeated Hills West by a score of 70-63 that night. And that night they were led by Jordan McCray, were the Thunderbirds, with 23 points. Grant Rosenberg had 19 that evening. And that was the season that Hills East went to the Suffolk County semifinals and lost to a very good Deer Park team. Taken away by Weisbrot, and Weisbrot will lay it in for his first points. Ahead for Lewis, who's fouled by Asenjo. And you look at where this game was at halftime, it was Hills West leading 36-28. They were held to 10 points in the third quarter. And right now they've been held to 11 in the fourth. And part of that is because of the perimeter defense of Hills East. The shots have not been falling from outside for the Colts like they were in the first half. They've also settled quite a bit for outside shots in the second half. Three-pointer in and out for Brower Jr. Offensive rebound goes in for Williamson. And the Colts not going away quietly. A 4-point game. They take a timeout. .24 seconds left. Hills East trying to get it in. They do. Lewis is fouled. Well, Bill Mataratona and company, they do make you earn it. They do not go down without a fight. And Savion Lewis, who's got 19 points tonight, trying to close the door on Hills West. Knocks down both. Tough three-pointer short. Crittenden's got it. Hills West looking to foul, unable to do so. And Lewis, if the free throws didn't close the door, that did. Final horn sounds, and Hills East with a come-from-behind victory and an impressive fourth quarter to close it out defensively, as they win by a final score of 67-59. So 3 players in double figures today for Hills East, led by Savion Lewis with 23 points, Julian Crittenden 16, and Kendall Nero Clark had 12. For Hills West, who suffered their first loss of the season, they were led by Matt Asenjo with 20 and Derek Brower with 18. So that'll do it for everybody involved in our broadcast. For Tom Schnars, our producer, I'm Matt Shorter saying so long. Again, Hills East getting their first win over Hills West in 3 seasons by a score of 67-59.